Howdy y'all, Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee, and I'm taking a break from installing art in Isuma and Ren Dog's gallery because they don't have enough room in their gallery to install the art. And I thought I would start working on one of my next pieces that's going to go in the next generation of gallery space up for auction. Now some of you guys might be wondering, Joe, what do you need such a big barn here for? Well, have you considered that maybe I need an awesome art studio to develop experimental sculptures in? Yes, indeed I do. So what I figured I was going to do was I had such a great visit to Chicago last month for my brother's graduation from Columbia College of Chicago, and I thought I should try to build a sculpture that looks kind of like the Willis Tower. And I realized that's going to be pretty tall. It's going to be 18 blocks tall, at least, if I wanted to do it on a 3x3 base, which I think I do. So I'm going to go ahead and try just kind of throwing this together. You know, I'm not sure if this black hardened clay is going to be the best look for it, but right now we are just kind of trying to do something to see how this looks. We're 3 high, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh, man, this barn might not be big enough for the both of us. Well, or for just me. 17, 18. Okay. You know what? So in terms of sculpture gallery spaces, this might not be the best place to try to build this sculpture. But you know what? We got a big farm out here, and I think it's time we'll just go ahead and use some of it. I'm in the process of ripping out all the crops. I want to redo the rows so that they're diagonal, but I haven't gotten to that yet. So I figure what I'll do is I'll just come out here somewhere along the horizon, because really a building like this is intended to be seen from a distance, not up close. So let's see, this little outcrop in here might be a good place. So we can just go ahead and set up here, and we want to be 18 blocks high. Now that to me means, let's get rid of, if I just get rid of all but 36 of these, whoops, then that will make sure that I actually hit my mark. So now I don't have to count. I can like talk about anything I want, which would not necessarily have to be numbers. I could talk about letters. Some of you guys are varsity athletes and you have letter jackets, so that's cool. Oh, also, bing, bing. This was part of the reason I wanted to do this, because I had these gifts from Isuma earlier, and I thought, oh, those are pretty cool. I want to do that. But so let's go ahead and hop back down here. Now, I've got 2 of these that are supposed to be about, let's see, 8 stories tall, maybe 9. I'm gonna have to kind of play. Well, I'll do the ones that are supposed to be 8 stories tall in obsidian, because even though it's gonna be a pain to clean up, like I at least know how I want to do it. Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, I guess I haven't really oriented this. This could be either side. Probably should do it with the actual sun when we build it in the gallery. This is why we have a studio space, so we can learn the things that we need to build the thing properly in the gallery. But okay, so if this was going to be that block then that one would be here. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That should be 8. And then we need to be diagonally across here. We need to do the same. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't even need to count this one either. I'm not going to do torches on top of this, although I probably should do some torches on the ground because it's about to be nighttime. That would have been, you know, forethought, torch thought, you know, that sort of thing. Okay, so the core concept, though, you're already like, I kind of understand what you're doing, Joe. Let's get a good night's rest, and maybe it'll make even more sense. Okay, we are back. Now, the opposite corner blocks here are supposed to be 11 blocks high each, if my proportions are remotely correct, which they might not be. But I think since that was 22, I need to split that into 11 and 11. The brown here is not doing me any favors visually, but the idea is just to get the raw shape. Okay. Great. So now these 3 that are wrapping around the 2 tallest ones, they're actually 90 floors high. I figured out each block is about 5.8 floors. So 90 divided by 5.8 is about 15. So I need 15 blocks. Well, 15 and a half. I thought about doing this all in materials that have half slabs, but there's not really a great black material that has half slabs. Oh, wait, I'm going to need 15. I'm going to be 1 block of coal short, just barely. Okay, so this is experimental, so what we're going to do is have one here that's not. Okay, so there we go. So I think that the obsidian is just plain going to look best here. So that's kind of becoming obvious to me. So then I'm going to have 15 on this side. I mean, you can't make a good sculpture without breaking a few legs or ankles. 15 right here. And 15 on this side. Yeah, that brown looks a lot browner in the bright daylight than it did in that barn. So, yeah, using all coal blocks would be kind of cheaper than all obsidian, but I don't think it's going to look as good. So let's jump up here to the top of the Willis Tower, which is not actually how ender pearls seem to work. Okay, we're just going to take a ton of damage if we keep trying to ender pearl up there. And so we're going to eat something real quick. Yeah, this farm is coming along, though. I'm pretty happy. It'll look way better with the diagonal rows. I think what I'm going to do is something like every 5 or 8 corn or wheat or whatever, I'm going to shift it one. But anyway, I'll come back to that later. Okay, see, that kind of actually looks like the Willis Tower. Right? I'm not crazy. Looked against the sky? I mean, this was less than a 15-minute build, but it actually looks core concept like the thing it's supposed to. So I'll go gather the materials and actually build it the proper way. You know, let's go check it out from this angle too, over here. So yeah, I'll get some of the proper materials and build it out for real. I'm really kind of worried about the contrast. Like, it's too hard to see in some ways the different pillars contrasted against each other, which you wouldn't have that problem in real life. But like with Minecraft textures, they just kind of blend in, unfortunately. Well, I think part of that too is you don't have as much of a fall off, like due to kind of proportional, dang it, third person perspective. No, not third person. Is it? Why would you have third person perspective? What's that thing where you have 3 points? 3-point perspective. Yeah. You don't have the 3-point perspective coming into play here. We're just walking backwards into things. Let's jump up here and actually try and give this a quick look from that side. Yeah. See, that looks about right. We're going to have to put it on a pedestal. I just want to see it from further and further away, because I think it looks kind of best from further away. Yep, this is Illinois. We got our corn and we got our Phillips Tower. You could really do a whole piece on the Chicago skyline, because there's a lot of cool stuff in the Chicago skyline, but I feel like for the purposes of our gallery, where we try to like have individual pieces rather than like a collection, that this is still pretty good. This is pretty close to what we're going for. So, anyway, if you wanted to make that at home, like I said, the 2 lowest corners are about 8 blocks, then it goes up to 11 blocks, then 15 blocks, and the top is about 18 blocks. And you got your very own Willis Tower. Throw some dragon teeth thing on top, and boom, there you go. Those might not be called dragon teeth. I don't have any extra in my inventory, and I can't get up there to check. But yeah, whatever they're called, they look great on top of a Willis Tower, I'll tell you that. Well, anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring.